Number 9 for the Patient Doctor Painpoint series. Now, this is another one from a patient here, and the whole topic of this one is about the lack of empathy from medical professionals. And this particular patient says, I just wanted someone to understand how scared I was. Instead, I just feel like a number. I'll tell you this. Totally unacceptable, right? Look, it's the whole reason why I left the traditional healthcare world, right? I thought everybody was more of a number than a human being, than a soul that's sitting right there in front of me. And so the empathy is so important that it's one of my cornerstones of bond, right? Trust, respect, empathy is where that comes in for me. I think one thing we should remember, obviously as a medical community, is we all did this because we care, and most of us, all of us in this field should have some altruism, about how someone feels and how they're going through. And that's something that is a common reminder when patients feel like that doctors don't care, or that their particular situation isn't a good one. And so, there's a lot of different things in medicine that kind of burns me up or what have you. And that's a big one, because people come into our offices, like she said, she's absolutely afraid. We're throwing all these words around. We have all this equipment and stethoscopes. I thought I had my stethoscope with me. We have all this stuff with me, and then they're here. You're here with a problem, or with, I like to say, a challenge than a problem, that you're wanting to know with bated breath where we're going on. So let me ask you this, or let me tell you this. Number one, I find that when a patient sees a doctor or someone in the medical community and doesn't feel any empathy, it doesn't usually change. And this is one of the instances I'd say, I don't want you to kind of go back again for it to change. In other words, it needs to be true to me. It needs to be genuine. That is such an important emotion. And empathy is something that you just feel. You can't teach it. And so if you are there and you're feeling like that this particular doctor or situation doesn't have empathy, we need to go elsewhere to get kind of your spirit food, your spiritual food, in order to get you through these challenges. Look, and I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what the diagnosis is. Sometimes there are more serious diagnoses, and there's some less challenging diagnoses. The point is, people can still be scared depending on how you deal with your health challenges or what have you. And so when you feel that, this is one of those instances when I say, I need you to start looking elsewhere for that, because that is such an important component of what I do. Even as I'm talking to you here. I want you to know that I am genuinely here to talk to you, that I am genuinely here to hopefully be your sounding board, like this person, and hopefully give some direction, support, caring, all of that. Even if you are getting it in your relationship, it can't hurt. I'm talking about your patient-doctor relationship. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit of extra either, and that's what I like giving as well. So, empathy is one of those things that I've already mentioned. It's not taught, and so, if you're not getting it in your relationship, we're out of there. And you need to find someone who is going to be there for you, who's going to ride with you, your ride or die medical person, who's making sure they're going to be there for you. And they need to be there, for you when sometimes things are a little bit difficult, and be there for your emotional support. So that particular doc, I would say, is probably not the best way to go forward, but it's okay. There's a lot more docs out there that do have the empathy, but I'm just, giving you props and how astute you were to recognize that really this doc wasn't giving you what you needed emotionally. So I want to thank you for sharing and for being so strong to really look through and kind of turn the curtain back and look and say, yeah, not the empathy that I want and really deserve. Hey everybody, Dr. Ken Redcross here. If you don't know, I love the patient-doctor relationship. It is so important. So my question for you is, who wants to live longer? We all do, right? So therefore I've written 2 books. This first book is called Bond. It's the importance of trust, respect, empathy and communication with your doctor, because I believe if the relationship is perfect, then it will help you live longer. But how can I really make sure you live longer? Well, I decided to write a second book. This is the 15-minute bond blueprint. This particular book helps you go minute by minute of your 15-minute visit to make sure you get the perfect doctor relationship and visit that you all deserve to make sure we extend our healthcare journey.